Queen Victoria and Abdul Karim, an unusual friendship that scandalized England.
The close relationship between Queen Victoria and her young Indian attendant Abdul Karim was deemed controversial and scandalous by the royal court. After the Queen passed away, the family evicted Karim from the home the Queen had given him and deported him back to India. The unusual friendship between the Queen and her Indian servant began in 1887 and spanned for 14 years. Mohammed Abdul Karim was born into a Muslim family at Lalitpur near Jhansi in 1863. He was taught Persian and Urdu privately and, as a teenager, traveled across North India and into Afghanistan. He eventually secured a clerk position at a jail in Agra, one where his father and the brothers of his soon-to-be wife both worked. It was there that Karim was handpicked to serve the somewhat recently christened Empress of India, Queen Victoria. The Queen had expressed interest in the Indian territories ahead of her Golden Jubilee in 1887 and specifically requested Indian staff members help serve at a banquet for heads of state. As such, Karim was one of 2 servants selected and presented to Victoria as a gift from India on the occasion of her 50th year on the throne. The Queen described Karim in her diary for that day. The other, much younger, is much lighter than Bukshare, tall, and with a fine serious countenance. His father is a native doctor at Agra. They both kissed my feet. 5 days later, the Queen noted that the Indians always wait now and do so well and quietly. On August 3, she wrote, "I am learning a few words of Hindustani to speak to my servants. It is a great interest to me for both the language and the people I have naturally never come into real contact with before." On August 20 she had some excellent curry made by one of the servants. By August 30 Karim was teaching her Urdu, which she used during an audience in December to greet the Maharani Chimnabai of Baroda. Victoria took a great liking to Karim and ordered that he was to be given additional instruction in the English language. By February 1888 he had learned English wonderfully according to Victoria. After he complained to the Queen that he had been a clerk in India and thus menial work as a waiter was beneath him, he was promoted to the position of Munshi in August 1888. Photographs of him waiting at the table were destroyed and he became the first Indian personal clerk to the Queen. Bukshare, the other servant, remained in the Queen's service, but only as a khidmatgar or table servant, until his death at Windsor in 1899. Though Victoria and Karim did spend a night alone at Glassat Shield, a remote cottage in Scotland the Queen had shared with John Brown. Bassa does not think that the two, separated by decades in age, had a physical relationship. Karim's descendants similarly believe that the relationship was platonic and maternal at best. In her final wishes before passing away, Queen Victoria was quite explicit. Karim would be one of the principal mourners at her funeral, an honor afforded only to the monarch's closest friends and family. Upon her death on January 22, 1901, Victoria's children worked swiftly to evict their mother's favorite advisor. Edward Ville sent guards into the cottage Karim shared with his wife, seizing all letters from the Queen and burning them on the spot. They instructed Karim to return to India immediately, without fanfare or farewell. Karim subsequently lived quietly near Agra, on the estate that Victoria had arranged for him, until his death at the age of 46.
If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel.